So now you want a story from me, how do I start? I said, once upon a time. I just can't imagine a person can start a story without once upon a time. Now I know we can. Okay? But now this is how. So once you are used to a certain format, it's very difficult for you to grasp. But all of a sudden you start reading, and man, it's talking about, I just open it at random. To them and to their fathers and progeny and brethren, we chose them and we guided them to a straight way. This is the guidance of God. He giveth that guidance to whom he pleaseth. Of his worshippers, if they were to join other gods with him, all that they did would be vain for them. But it's not a story. It's not a story. You can't seem to visualize. Say, ye men, if ye are in doubt as to my religion, behold, I worship not what ye worship other than God, but I worship God, who will take your souls at death. I am commanded to be in the ranks of the believers. You open. Then when he turned his face towards the land of Madian, he said, I do hope that my Lord will show me the smooth and straight path. This is about Moses. But now, you read like this is not the type of book that you have been reading. It's a problem for you. Because everything you read, like if I quote you from the book of Genesis, any story, you can't forget in 100 years. In 100 years you'll never forget. Genesis chapter 38. I said, you see, Judah, the father of the Jewish race, from whom we get the word Judea and Judaism, Judah, the elder son of Jacob. He had 3 sons, Er, Onan, and Shelah. And when Er was big enough to get married, he got a daughter-in-law called Tamar. He got him married. Er to Tamar. And something Er did, he erred in the sight of the Lord, so God killed him. So according to Jewish custom, if one brother dies leaving no offspring, then the second fellow takes the widow to wife and he gives her a child so that the name of the deceased can carry on. That is what the feeling that your name must not perish. So somebody must help you out to see that your name carries on. So according to the system, he tells Onan, his second son, he says, look, you go in unto your brother's wife and beget child by her so that the name of your deceased brother can carry on. So according to custom, he goes in unto his brother's wife, meaning having sex with her, and while he's about to ejaculate, the thought occurs to him that the seed is mine, but my brother is going to get the credit. Who's going to get the credit? My brother. So he spills it on the ground, his seed. So God killed him also. That's what the book says. So Judah tells his daughter-in-law Tamar, twice widowed now, he said, look, you go and stay at your father's house, and when Shelah, the third fellow, is grown, I will call you. But conveniently, the old man forgot. Conveniently. Because at the back of the mind, he's superstitious. He says, because of this woman, this witch, the old people says, a bloody witch. She ate up my one son, because of her he died, and because of her the second fellow died. So the third fellow, his life might also be in danger. So the best thing is to just forget about it. Now the woman is waiting, and she sees Shelah is grown, and maybe he's already married to another woman. Polygamy was not a crime, so he could have still done his duty. So she wants to take revenge. So she gets the news that the old man, Judah, was going to Timnah to shear his sheep. So she goes and sits by the wayside. She knew the road that the old man was going to take. And the old man, Judah, while passing, he sees this woman sitting by the roadside coveting her face. So he comes up to her thinking she is a harlot, a whore, a prostitute. So he comes up to her and he says, allow me, I'm only quoting the Bible now, allow me to come in unto thee. Let me have sex with you. So she says, what will thou give me? So he said, I'll give you a kid from the flock, goat kid. So he said, what guarantee that I will give it? You have fun, and damn it all, you might not send it. What guarantee is there that you are going to give it? He said, what guarantee do you want? Pledge. So she said, your signet, your ring, and your bracelet. Maybe the older days, they used to wear bracelets on their arms. And your rod that is in your hand. So the old man gave it to her, and he had intercourse, committed incest with his daughter-in-law, and immediately she became pregnant. The 2 sons, they failed. This old man, one hit twins. And twins were in her womb. Then he gets 3 months gone, and now she's carrying. So people can see. He says, look, your daughter-in-law is playing the harlot. He gets the news. So he says, call the bitch. He says, I'll burn her. Call her. So they bring Tamar to the old man. But before he can confront her, she sends with a servant. He said, look, give this to my father-in-law, that this rod and this bracelet and the ring are belonging to the guy who's responsible for my condition. So when the old man sees, he says, hey, she is more righteous than I. And he had no more intercourse with her. Only one intercourse with her he had. Then the time for childbirth has arrived, and the nurse is waiting jealously to see that, don't do any injustice to one of the twins, because according to Jewish law, the firstborn gets the inheritance, or he's the head of the family, the firstborn. So she's now waiting. Which one came out first? And the first guy puts his hand out through his mother's womb, and she ties the scarlet thread. Maybe it was too sensitive, so he puts it back. And then the other guy comes out. So she calls his name Fares. Fares means the guy who bursts the queue, breaks the queue, pushing others out of the way. And then came out his brother with the scarlet thread, so she called him Zara. Zara means red in Hebrew, which means because he had the scarlet thread. This story, Mark and John, look, you can't forget. He says, I went to Deedat, and among so many things we chatted, what he spoke about this old man Judah, and he sees a woman sitting by the roadside thinking she is a whore, so he goes up to her and he bargains with her, and she allows, with these pledges, and he has intercourse, and twins are born. Who are they? Fares and Sarah. Who are they? They are the great grandfathers of your Lord Jesus Christ. See, first chapter of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 1. It begins, and this is the genealogy of Jesus Christ, the son of David and son of Abraham. And Abraham begat Isaac, and Isaac begat Jacob. And Jacob begat Judas and his brethren. And Judas begat Fares and Zara of Tamar. Now that's deep waters. You knew about David, you know about Abraham, you heard about Isaac, you heard about Jacob. But now Fares and Zara of Tamar. Who are they? So you find any Bible which has a cross reference, you look on the side, it's a Genesis chapter 38. So you go and read there that the father-in-law commits incest with his daughter-in-law, begetting these bastard children. They are the great-grandfathers of your God, Jesus Christ. And in that genealogy, 6 bastards and begetters of bastards in the genealogy of Jesus. I said, a very proud thing to boast about. I want to know that, look, you say his father is God, right? This is the belief of 1,000 million, over 1 billion Christians, that his father is God. But he's not there in the genealogy as given by Matthew and Luke. He's giving you 66 fathers and grandfathers to Jesus Christ in these 2 genealogies. Out of those 66, God is not one of them. Amazing. He is the son of God, but in the genealogy, God is not mentioned, not once to say that he is anywhere in the picture. But he's given him 66 fathers and grandfathers, and out of which 6 are bastards and begetters of bastards. Not what I say, the same record, your old record tells you. David, an adulterer, and these guys, and Ruth and Boaz in the barn. These are all in the genealogy of Jesus. So I said, now look, we Muslims, I said, look, this book here, it tells us in such a beautiful language the birth of Jesus, his genealogy in a few words. Generally people don't want to read it. You're looking for, said, what can I find that I can hit the Muslim with? I said, look, for a change, what about, said, let me see, what does this book say? In the book that you have got, open up Jesus, like in a dictionary, in the index, and say, what does it say? First item, it says, a righteous prophet. He's the true prophet of God.